So here we have our wonderful Sonic range. We've got the Pro, the Sonic and the Max. And the important point to make here is that these are very simple stories. They're stories told in three shoes fit within the avenue. One is requirement, the Max. One is go-to, that's the Sonic, and the other is aspiration, that's the Pro. So very, very important stories. We've got two marquee technologies. One is Vibe, which I'll talk about in a moment, and the other one is geometric decoupling, which is quite revolutionary in the world of athletic footwear. So let's start off by having a talk about geometric decoupling. The idea behind geometric decoupling is basically that the shoe will provide a platform of support. It's easy to understand. You either need more support on the inside of your foot or more support on the outside of your foot, depending on how you run. So for example, this is the Sonic RA. This is our go-to shoe. You can see that in this shoe we've got a major split down the middle of the shoe here, which basically divides the shoe into two even platforms on the medial and the lateral side. So it's go-to, there's no real bias here. Remember, this shoe's on an 8mm drop, so it's designed to be an everyday runner for the everyday runner. If we have a look at this shoe, which is the Sonic Pro, which is designed to go faster, 6mm drop, much more of a forefoot bias, which is actually described in some of the design DNA of the shoe. And what we've done here is we've taken this decoupling line, or this geometric decoupling, and you can see that we've shifted it towards the medial side of the shoe. So we've changed the platforms. We've made a wider lateral platform and a narrower medial platform because the bias is towards the forefoot. And when you run more on your forefoot, you're more supinated and you're more up on your forefoot. So the 6mm drop, changes in the platform, define this as a fast shoe. It means you're going to run fast in this shoe. Great for tempos, great for racing. Back to our reference point here, the even split, and if we have a look at the Sonic Max now, you can see we've taken this geometric decoupling, and in this instance we've shifted it towards the lateral side, and so we've increased the medial platform. More support medially or more stability medially. The other thing we did here is we increased the width of the forefoot, what we call the base net somewhat. So this is a more stable shoe for those athletes who require a little bit more stability in their platform. Really simple stories told in three, stories that fit within the run avenue. Okay, so the second main technology that we've introduced into the Salomon Sonic range is called Vibe. Just a bit of background here, when you run, you generate a shock wave. So as you strike the ground, the shock wave is generated, it passes up through your system, and it can be a problem. We need to dampen the shock wave or reduce it, and one of the ways you do that is via muscle activation. So the muscles contract, it reduces the vibration going through your system, and this is a good thing. But the problem is, when you contract your muscles, that induces fatigue over the course of, say, a 10K run. And the equation is that as you get fatigued, you change your biomechanics, and as you change your biomechanics, you've got a window of opportunity for injury. So we're very interested in how we might introduce other ways of reducing vibration. This is where Salomon Vibe technology comes in. So what we've done here is use two different materials. This is a material called Opal. This is an encapsulated TPU. So it's a hybrid, and this is a fairly standard sort of EVA that we call Energy Cell Plus. Now it's important to note that this material alone and this material alone do not do the job in terms of attenuating vibration. But when we combine them, and the specific way we put them together within the midsole, we don't use any glue. This is very, very effective in reducing impact vibration, so we know it works very, very well. Now there is a variation between the three shoes within the Run Avenue range. So this is the Sonic midsole here. You can see that we've got the combination, both the rear foot and the forefoot, and we've got a thicker pad in the rear foot to recognise more of a rear foot bias strike in this shoe. If we have a look at the Max, you can see that once again we're recognising that this athlete is likely to be striking more in the rear foot than the forefoot, so quite a similar setup in the Sonic Max. And here is the Sonic Pro. Now you can see the setup here is quite different. In that we still have the Opal material in the rear foot, and the reason for that is, despite the bias for this shoe being more towards the forefoot, it's the faster, go fast shoe, you still do get some heel strike. A lot of athletes will get some heel strike. But we've focused on offering high rebound material in the forefoot for this athlete who's likely to be more of a forefoot striker, and this also fits in very well with the 6mm drop of this shoe. So a great combination for that runner who wants to go faster, do tempo runs, and maybe race in the future. That's it, that's Vibe technology, science driven, very innovative, and we think it's a huge advantage for the running athlete.